Hello there, Alamar here, and welcome back. Today, I'll be playing Orbitmine, which just came out. This is a small incremental mining game, which means short runs, a skill tree, and numbers that go up. And if you like what you see, there's a demo available as well. So let's get into it. So for me, the first thing I like to do is look at the settings, turn these down for the recording. I turn screen shake off and CRT if it's on there. But let's get into it. So this will initially generate some blocks and then start with a small tutorial, which is basically move the mouse away from the screen center to fly. The further from center, the faster you go, up to, the maximum that's currently available. Once that's done, your ship automatically fires lasers at nearby blocks. Destroy blocks to collect ore, or fills up your cargo hold, and you can return when you're full. And lastly, crashing into blocks or running out of fuel costs resources, which means you lose everything that's in your cargo hold. And if your cargo is full, mining continues, but you don't get gold, and it will disappear. And then you return to the spawn circle and stay there for 3 seconds to go home. And then destroying cores is kind of the point of the game, and that's your goal. So clear the very, very many blocks to get to the cores, and that's how we do it. So here we go. We have our skill tree. Left click a node to purchase as usual, right click to drag around the screen, and whatever that last line said. So you can see we currently don't have any gold for the 2 upgrades that are available, so we can launch. So right off the bat, we just go straight down, don't smack into the wall, and it takes 3 hits to destroy the blocks at first. You can see in the top left and the bottom left that there is a cargo hold is the blue. The gold you've collected is just under that, and the fuel is in the bottom left with a fuel symbol. So again, you want to make sure you get into the circle before you run out of fuel. So with that, it gives us a little summary. These locations are basically this. I think this is spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And then presumably that'll be the end game. It shows some stats about what you did, and we can go to the upgrade screen now. We can afford either faster fire interval, and this is very noticeable, reducing the time between the interval by 0.12 seconds, and of course, increased damage. I'm actually going to start with the interval because it feels good. And that opens up some cargo increase and combo. So with that, we'll start shooting faster. It's still 3 shots because I didn't upgrade the damage yet. Running low on fuel, so getting ready to go back. Good enough. And that should give us enough for the damage upgrade as well. Which does have a bigger impact. And then here we go, we have some fuel time. Very typical. Go back in. Destroy things quicker. And as you can see, the damage does remain between your runs. But the gold that's dropped on the ground will disappear after a time, and it's all flushed between the runs, effectively. So there we go. My cargo's full, so no point staying. And now I can upgrade the fuel. We have some resource efficiency. So every time you get a resource, it's now going to be 2 more if I take that, which I will. And also some move speed, which is also, of course, useful. So once you do a few more iterations, you'll see a little better idea of what the ultimate goal is. And also why I'm digging straight down. And just as an example, I'll show you here. That even showed the +5 for the currency, but because the cargo is full, it gets wasted, even though it shows the floating text. So there we go. I think more efficiency is good, and some speed. And then that unlocked what? The minimap. Not ultimately required, but you do want to see that fairly quickly. It's your crit chance starting at 20%, which is nice. And then that's, yeah, more cargo, which of course we won't. It's a pretty chill, relaxing game. All right, and we rush back. And this time we have some, we'll just do the minimap so you can see it. It's telling you that basically red is destroyable. The silverish gray ones are their shield active, and blue ones are just, you've already destroyed them. Get some cargo space, and that looks like all I can afford for now. But now we have the minimap in the bottom right, and you can see the 3 red cores and a bunch of silver ones. Silver/gray. Those ones, it says they're shielded. It just basically means even if you could get there, you're not going to be able to do anything to them. It will still take a few runs to get all the way down to the first core. And again, always make sure you're watching that fuel timer. You do not want to lose your gold. So with this, we have, yeah, the crit. We have, this one's nice, hitting 2 blocks at once. Splash damage, good stuff. And the combo again, so I think some splash is good to get now. We'll increase our fuel as well, and that looks it. There we go. Every time you hit a block, the adjacent blocks will also take some of the damage. And it is only to the right, left, top, and bottom, not diagonally. I don't know if that's something that unlocks later. I kind of assume so. Because you want to be clearing, a bigger part of the screen as you get more and more power. Almost didn't pay attention and wasn't watching the fuel. You do only have to get into the circle on time. You don't have to, be there for the 3 seconds while fuel goes down, so that's nice at least. Do you want combo or crits? Or some of this stuff. Actually, more fuel's always good. That'll work. Some more damage. That should make the initial blocks 1 hit. So that'll help. Our collection range is still very small, so you have to stay close to them. And then we'll continue down to that core. And that's full. So now I need more cargo space. Cargo. Less damage, a little speed. I can fill up cargo and get some more fire animal after that. And then we'll really be playing with power. You can see right at the bottom of the screen what the core starts to look like when you get close. Yep. Just a few more. And as a small incremental game, it is of course fairly repetitive, especially at the beginning. But I've actually really been enjoying this subgenre for the last 6 months or so. There we go. That feels better. Now you can see that green line here is because that's within range of the core. And as you can see, those pink blobs, those blocks, they spawn occasionally. and they will push you away. And we're not going to have enough time or cargo space. There we go. But of course, incremental means we get a little stronger, a little faster every time. Well, not every time, but often. And we get back in there. So crit's good. Let's do our combo. The 2 blocks at once, which opens up our next area. The first spot is electric blocks will start appearing. Not surprisingly, it means arc damage when you blow them up. And right click again can move that around, so move that over a bit. And as you can see, the area around the core always fills up with red and pink blocks. So you have to make sure you dig all the way to the core every single time. Again, keeping an eye on that meter and the cargo. And of course you have the option of just continuing until you have no fuel left, which will get you closer to the core, maybe even defeat the core. But then you lose all that, currency, and it doesn't respawn. No, I didn't have the 500, so nothing for me this time. Should be able to get to the core this time. Again, those things can spawn on you and they push you back. It doesn't damage your ship like if you ran into something would. Well, there's the cargo's full, but I'm going to get all the way down. You can see what this looks like. Alright, so that is now gone. We get back in time. And the thing that's different here is now we have 1 core. So then that pops up this section over here for core rewards. This first one here is core hit point visualization. You can see the health bar on the core as you're destroying it. The next one here shows an instant stop on left click. I'll hold. So I can get my electric blocks, and then I have another section over here for some more cargo. There's a drone that will follow you around and do some damage as well. But I need 500 for that, 800 for that. So now we can head towards the other 2 spots, or just, go anywhere around and dig a little bit. We'll see what that does. Now it's hard to tell because I was right up next to it. Where's a good one? There we go. So it blows up an area around it, which is handy. And I ran out of cargo space again. What do I have? The 500 I need. Yes, I do. So I'll get some more cargo, which opens up some more damage, and this one is more on your combo. So I'm going to start trying to go directly towards the next core, which is, there's 2. Down left and down right. And of course watching fuel and cargo. And you can see the gold that's being left behind starts blinking and disappearing. So if you don't collect it, it will just go away. Or if you're full, you collect it and it'll also just go away. So we have 1K. So I would like some damage. That does effectively 8 damage. I think it's on its own timer, so it's not as fast as our shots. So this one I think ends up being better. And then of course there's more fuel, which we also want. In this case it added 3 seconds. These ones were adding 2 seconds. And then we rush back, trying to get to the core again. You can of course just, farm areas for more resource. That is not a bad option, and you will have to do it later. Again, I did play the demo, and then I played a little bit of the main game before I reset it for this video. So I have a little bit of knowledge about what's coming, so to speak. Alright, so we have this is gold blocks, which we don't even see yet because they're not unlocked, and the core blocks will be worth a little more resource. So that is good, but we want to get gold blocks before, that's a priority. We have range on our attacks. This is very good. And we have, right, the resource per stack of combo. There's 2%, so it's not going up very quick. But let's get our range one. Down here, similar to range, this is attack range. This is our pickup range. That's a good one to get next if we can, but it's 1.3, so it'll take a few runs to get that much, I imagine. We're still a good ways away from the next core, but you'll start seeing on the bottom left very soon, right now. And the circle that's around the core will also show up pretty quickly. Should be getting there right about, yeah, there we go. And we're full, so go back. And it's good to go back often because all of those hits that I'm doing on the way back, the blocks are disappearing, but we're not getting the gold. Which means if you really want to play efficiently and not waste anything, you have to just keep going back like that. So let's actually do one of these. Let's do the drone. So down here we can see that, okay, so this is a damage boost. This is an interesting bit of the mechanic. So what it says, it's a max damage boost of ×2, so the max boost is double damage. It scales with spring destruction, which means I'll show you actually at the end of this level. The status screen that pops up gives you a good idea of what's happening there. Oops, so now this ran in too fast into the wall. That would have been bad. I've never had those pink blocks like shoot you into a wall, so I don't think you have to worry about that. Alright, there we go. We got that. So we have another core. Actually, I have time. I can grab a bunch of these. Still have a few seconds. Oh, there we go. Not paying attention, and I did that. So the multiplier thing, it's actually not showing up here yet, but it will very soon. This is basically saying that I've destroyed 2.7% of the entire spring wedge. So it's going to be, that number is what's going to be based on the multiplier for here. Right, it's not showing up because I didn't actually purchase it yet. And again, because I ran into a wall, I lost all the gold I was carrying, but not the core. So I did collect the core, it's fine, I can do that. And the next one will be a barrier that just refreshes every 30 seconds. I think this means you get one extra time, well, every 30 seconds that you can smack into a wall. I have not tested it. The left click said left click hold to stop. That basically means just that, you stop. It's useful if you want to get close to a wall and not smack into it, or more importantly, as will often be the case, when you're rushing back to the enter exit part, you want to stop. So you got to wait there for 3 seconds. So I'm going to start heading to the right core right after I get my one last one. There we go. Oop. Ah, and I wasn't watching the fuel, so I did that again. Awesome. All right, so again, nothing collected because of that. And I'll just start heading this way. Try and pay attention to the fuel as I'm talking to the recording. Should be good. There we go. Now I do want to be a little bit more efficient so that I don't, end up in a bad spot. Because again, none of that's regenerating. So you want to make sure you're not wasting too much of it. And I'll do this one, the combo enhance. So that is, you'll be getting more resources as long as your combo counter, gets up high. And that one down here shows unlocking gold blocks. And gold blocks, as you can see, they're 5 times worth the resources. Or rather, worth 5 times the resources. So that's not unlocked yet, but I want to get to that as soon as possible, so I'll try not to waste too many blocks. And even though I have a circle on me, it looks like I have a barrier. That is not the case. Alright, so that is not going to be enough. Well, this was 1.3k. So I do want to actually just make sure I get that next, just because it's a resource thing that just randomly spawned around. So you're better off getting something like that as early as possible. And there we go. You can use that left click to just keep yourself in the circle. Alright, got my 1.3k. And then that unlocks the charged shot, so every 5th shot is just 3 times damage. That's really not that useful until later, but we can skip that for now, and then I can't afford anything else. We'll start heading back to the red, and you can see the gold blocks there. There you go. That one was worth 5 times. But with the combo counter going up, you want to try and stay away from those gold blocks. Get up to your max 50 counter, and then it's worth, a bunch more, if assuming I picked it up. And pretty close, there we go, full again. So if you saw, they were actually a little different color too. So a nice little indication that it's worth more. But as we get this right here, which I'll just take now, oh, and that unlocks more drone damage and also another interval increase. So now everything that I'm hitting will just get auto picked up because my damage range now effectively matches the collect range. Stay away from those gold blocks until I get, well, now I'm full, so it doesn't matter. I need some more cargo space. Alright, that is here. And unfortunately that's, wow, that's pretty close. All I can afford. I'll just head, well, go figure. I got in range of the gold one first. We'll just head to the core, the next core. See how that goes. Nope, full again. So with 1.4k, we can get a bunch of stuff. All right, well, gold. I forgot about this. Gold will be worth a little more with this. That's a good one to get. And I may get the next point for that next. Just 1.6k, so. But while you're doing that, we can still head towards the core. So I hit that 50. Get that out, and I'm full again. So yeah, lots of back and forth. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you already know these games are very repetitive. That's where I was, right? Oh, there's the core. It was a little too high. Watching that fuel. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Until that, went in my face. Oh. Okay. Well, that was the first time that happened. As I said earlier, that's never happened. It's funny. I think that may have been like a chain reaction on pink blocks that spawned in a bad spot. But let's go at it again. And you do get resources for the red parts, so technically you could farm it. Alright, so that's fine. Make sure we don't smack that on the way, and looks like we're okay for time. I mean, 2 seconds, it's fairly close. But as you can see, I don't know if you saw on the bottom right, but it already showed this one as red once that one was destroyed. Alright, so now we have, what, interval's good. That won't actually matter much yet, but I guess I'll take some of this and some damage. So now we have our next one is straight down again. So start heading towards that. And I don't know if you noticed, but you can see the drone on my back. It's just shooting out its own little green laser. And don't want to hit that. There we go. Got our filled cargo again. Alright, so we have 2.1k. We should be able to get some of these. Oh, looks like one of them. Yeah, so I'll just do cargo so because we have been filling up. And I mean, sometimes just riding the edge as you get all the way back down to the core area is a good idea. You will run out of edge spots eventually. 95 cargo this time, so a little more room for the good stuff. Like that. And here we go. And you know, try to avoid the side as you're coming back when you're full. Alright, that should allow us to get our last damage and fuel. Then we can work on, well, maybe range. Actually, this one, fire rate. So once I have 2k, I want more fire rate. Because again, even at this point, that fire rate does feel substantial. And there we go, we're getting into the range of the core. We're not going to make it, because we have only so much cargo. It's getting pretty close. I'll just start heading back now so I can grab a few on the way. Don't know if at some point we'll have like an extra booster on movement speed. I mean, there's other upgrades for like just increasing movement speed, but I'm hoping there's also some kind of booster or something. Alright, so I want that. Unlocked down here is just a generic resource gain, so obviously that's now our priority. So I need 1.4k more to get that. But I might as well still start heading towards the core. And as you can hear, that increase in speed feels good. It's very noticeable. It looks like we should get to the core this time without being full. Although I'm going to grab these ones because they're worth more. Alright, so we start working on this. And that one also dropped all my resources. I swear this was going much better before I started recording, as is tradition. But nonetheless, make sure there's a clear path. And I mean, in that case, I was off-center a little bit, so I think that's part of the problem. You can see that this right here will be the very center of it. And if you were paying attention, you would have seen that as the health of that core got low, it actually pushed me far back. The previous core did something like it, but it was actually, I think, a chain reaction of the pink things that caused that one. In this case, the core actually does push you right back. So yes, we want more resources, and we can still afford range or more resources. More resource from the combo. Alright, so we should be able to get back to the core this time. Hopefully do some good damage to it. Alright, so it gets about 40%, it just pushes us back like that. Fills the entire area up with pink. Which I'm not sure I have. No, I definitely don't have the speed to get back and not run out of fuel. Even so, it's pretty close. Which which means we need more upgrades, as is the case with these games. So that I can do now. Yeah, I mean the crit in that scenario that will be handy, but a little more resources. And this thing, I can show you. Again, I think I need to, yeah, it needs to be in the status screen after. I personally kind of hate the pink blocks. They're very pushy. It's not nice. So once we get this down 40% or so again, pushes us all the way back and almost hit the wall again that time. And 10 seconds. Yeah, that's not going to be enough to defeat it. Grab some stuff on the way back. And maybe the next one. Oh. I was going too slow, so maybe not the next one, because now it needs more resources again. There's definitely something to be said about being distracted while trying to record a video and just playing worse. It's the opposite of streamer luck. Or streamer RNG. Alright, will this be a good one? Wow. Oh, you know, the fact that I'm recording the game might be why it's doing some of those glitches. That was also not happening during, oh, and I'm running out of thing again. Yeah, I think I need more fuel to actually finish that in time, but I don't recall that being the case last time. I got a little further than this when I played earlier. Right, that was resource based on, oh, and I forgot to show you. I'll try and remember that again. So this works with resources the same as this works with damage. And then that probably would make me do it, so we'll do that. So there's more fuel. So that will be, well, not fuel per se. That, for this stream at least, this recording, this will be very handy. So I need that 3K for that. Because that is, anytime you die, you'll keep 30% of what you had in your cargo hold. Or technically 30% of the gold value of what you collected that run. Let's see, I got the crit, so every, 5th hit will do more damage. That should help with the damage on the core. Will it be enough given how much time and fuel we have? I don't know. Well, it seemed quicker to get to that point, so maybe. And you do have to be careful you're not moving your mouse too far away. And no, that's not enough time again. I'm just going right for it so I don't die again. Yeah, so even that was a little over a second left, I think. Alright, so at least with that, if I die again, so then, the big, or the next section, so a big increase in cost, but in this case, chain lightning. So that's always fun. Doesn't matter what game it is, chain lightning is fun. So the last 3 points up here will be, what's that, 1.3, probably 1.6 or so. So I'll probably just finish off the drone damage before I save up the 8K, so to speak. I am stubborn though, so I will just keep going for the score. Maybe I'll put a little table of contents links in for each core kill or something, so people can see what that progression part looks like. Yeah, that has to be from recording the video. It's pushing me way farther than it was before. And again, I do not have enough fuel to do it. Also makes me wonder if the recording is messing that up too. But we'll see. I mean, worst case is our next section of the tree is where I will... Oh, I did finally remember. So these two numbers here, this is basically saying I've done about 10%. So that's the 10 right here. So it rounds up a little bit. And it's multiplying my total damage and resource collection by 1.1 or 10, 9.8%. So if I cleared twice as much as I have cleared now, like this big section over here, This would be a 1.2. So that's just, you know, a progression mechanic as you go along, clearing the entire map, or, you know, giving the option to do that at least. And since I've bought almost everything, I can start saving up for this 8K. And we can see the joy that is chain lightning. I still don't have more fuel, so I'm not sure if it even makes sense to try and do it. And my other option is to just say, you know, never mind to the running out of fuel. Actually, if I have time, I'll just do that this time. Where's my fuel at? Yeah, okay, that should be good. So I will run out of fuel this time, but I will destroy the core instead. And, you know, I won't have time, but I'll try and get back anyways. I might as well collect more because it'll give me 30%. So at least, you know, I got something. That should be the last drone upgrade. All right. I was wrong. 3.3K. All right, so then that one's gone, and you can see on the minimap, now we need to make our way back in this direction, but significantly further than we were before. So what I was doing was basically seeing how long it takes to get back from where I'm at, and I think the core itself was roughly 15 seconds. Oh, and I'm full, so I should head back. Wasted resources. And we don't want to waste too many of those because I keep blowing up. Alright, not quite enough yet, so I'll just continue. And fly along the wall as we go to get some of those resources. And you can see where, I think that's where summer starts, is now it's brown. So, should be able to get there at one of the next two. Will this give me my 8K though? Yes, it will. Alright, so that opens up this next section. So then right away we have some more cargo options, and it's adding 200, significant. Down here it's +1 drone, but there's two levels to it, so you can get 2 more drones. So both of those, well, the one I just got and the drones, will be a significant increase in damage. So now you can see every time I hit, it's doing a little chain lightning, and I think it's hitting, what is that, 2 or 3 other blocks? So that makes digging quicker as long as it's not, you know, going in a weird angle or a weird direction. But with that, what do we have? That'll be about 4.5, 5K? Or 6K? Oh, so we need 8 or 15. Yeah, so now a little grinding, a little farming, mining can be beneficial. But of course it does mean anything you destroy close to the starting point means you have further and further to go every time. I need to pay attention while I'm talking to when my cargo's full. Alright, so I think it was 8K for, yeah, cargo. So that's a really good one to get. And then of course there's more damage, more resource, so that one is a priority now. But 15K is not a small amount. So I'll just clear off a whole bunch of this stuff. Try and stay away from the gold ones until we're at a good amount of combo. Doesn't do a huge amount of increase, but it's something. And watching my cargo this time. That I don't think was enough for anything, so we'll just continue. And I wanted to prioritize the 15K one anyways. Again, I'm going to try and stay away from the gold ones. We can only do that for so long. once you get that 50 combo, you want to go right for the gold ones. Alright, just enough. Alright, now you can see that went up to 30k, but it's still a flat resource gain, which probably means that's still a good priority. Down here we have a summer scaling for damage. So that'll be, you know, an even smaller number, but the maximum is, you know, 2.5. We have some more interval, but you can see here the interval increases down here or decreases. Well, we're always 0.12. These ones are 0.04. So not going to have as much of an impact, but as the interval decreases, you really don't have as much you can take away, so it kind of has to get smaller. I want to have at least one more cargo upgrade before I start heading back to that core. Full. And the other thing too is as you're getting rid of the blocks that are close to this circle, you have to look at the minimap to get back to the circle. You don't have a lot of, I guess I want 30k. You don't have a lot of like signposts or stuff. You have the cores that used to be there to guide you in the direction that you want to go. But as you lose all this, yeah, you're taking a chance, making it more likely you'll get lost, effectively. I mean, the minimap is useful, of course, to give you a general idea of what direction to go. There we go. And that's probably still not enough to get 30k for that upgrade, but no, it's not. You can see the totals, the top left and the bottom left. Next time we'll do it. So actually, if I want to be real efficient, I want 4.4k. Oops, and I meant to hit the other button. So actually going to go and try and get 4.5k. Get as close to that without going over, because this is the Price is Right. And there we go. Not bad. And that's just so that, you know, we get more resources for the blocks that are still remaining. I don't know how much that matters. I haven't played through the whole game. But I do like efficiency. And I was getting this, yeah. And then that goes right up to 60, so farming 60 just, you know, over and over and over, that kind of not great. So I'm going to get this one next. More damage. So we'll say 8 and 14.5k. Let's go get rid of some stuff over here. Can only avoid those gold blocks for so long. $50 combo. There we go. Well, that blinking gold disappears. Alright, so that was enough for the wine. We didn't have 8k, was it a k left over? So I'll just go for cargo because we are filling up and having plenty of fuel left over. Just grab down here, I guess. You can actually see on the minimap that there's other cores, the silver or gray ones. So it looks like the next one that will be needed actually will probably be in summer, because it was at least the summary showing spring, summer. So probably, you know, do all of, yeah, it looks like there's nothing left in spring. So we'll probably do the gray one that's just to the left of the three. Oh, and I'm not paying attention to my... Oh, that's so close. Wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I'm saying these three are lit up right now, and then that one is probably going to be the next one. Oh, actually, I guess that's kind of clear because it's bigger. It's not quite as noticeable as this one being bigger than the other three, but... Actually, this one looks the same size as these three, so that's probably indicative of something. And that was so close to being enough for that, which is probably a good idea to get next. This is the first time I've recorded a gameplay video in a while, and it's going absolutely horribly. Just dying over and over and over. It's good times. That'll teach him. This time, though, I will be paying attention. And nearly full. There we go. Alright, that'll give us some more damage, which I haven't shown you yet, but the summer area is beefier. Takes more damage to get through those blocks. 30k, not bad. So once we unlock damage here, we got another fuel one, which is 5 seconds, so we'll take that as well. We have some more drone damage by way of fire rate there, and of course the interval one. Those are all good. I think that's probably a good choice for next, except I can afford that, so I guess that's next. And of course, the extra damage will be helpful. So I'll head towards that, give you an idea of what I was talking about. And now that I have plenty of cargo, I can benefit from doing that. So as you can see, that slowed down quite a bit. I don't know for sure. I think these blocks are worth more, so it's not quite a total loss. Looks like I went a little too high. My fuel is about 20. I'll start heading back now. Grab some more of this on the way because I have lots of fuel or cargo space left. And get a few more. Alright. So with that, that was almost 30k. Got a few k left from the last time, I think. Or not. Alright, so I do like fuel. That does make me feel safer, so I'll do that. And that, unfortunately, was everything. But let's head back there. And back into summer. Should start seeing it. Oh, there's. It's a little high. And there's the thing. As soon as you enter this one, you can see that there is now a bar. Oh, and then there's a line. So it shoots out like that. Leaving the area will let the bar go back down. I'm done with that for now since the fuel is running low, so I'm heading back. A few things on the way. Should be pretty good there. And like I was saying, it's total empty space, so you have to rely on the minimap and a general idea of where that exit point is. And with that, I have another 30k, so cargo always good. Damage will let me get to it closer. I'd really like that at this point, though. I am close enough to be able to get that, so I'm just going to save it up. Try and make another 30k this time. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, I did mean to dig a little lower. So I'm not going to be able to get the core for a little bit. I'm staying outside the circle so I don't have that bar. Then, as you can see, you can just move away from that. It's good. Don't want that bar to fill up. And yeah, I'm not going to have enough time to get much further, so clear out some of this. Want a more direct path, because, don't want to waste too much time. The timing is, fairly close, as we've seen, with the many running out of fuels. And I almost got the 30k I wanted. So I'm going to have to continue, and I just want 0.7k or 700, which I should be able to get very quickly. There we go. So with that done, everything will be worth more again. That is this one. Alright. And yeah, I think I'm at 1 of 4 of the damage ones, so we probably need to get at least 3, if not 4 of those to be able to defeat this core and whatever it may have in store for us. Just clearing away this curve a little bit so I have a straighter line. I think that beam shows up when you get a certain distance, but maybe it's halfway through the bar. Once your bar fills up halfway the first time, I think that's when the beam first fires. And maybe it's just on a timer. Getting low on fuel again, so heading back. Try not to smack into the edge as I'm looking at multiple things. Oh, that turnaround could have caused a problem. It's far too often I get back with only 2 seconds left. It's not a nerve-wracking game at all. No, it's very calm and whatnot. See, I haven't been filling it, so I will just go with this. Because at least we also now see that this has your chain, so that means your chain lightning, which has 3 times. This means the range will be 1 tile further, which I'm not entirely sure that's a good thing, considering that when you're doing chain lightning, it's not hitting like consecutive blocks. You're just kind of going out and hitting, you know, further away, which means you can't even collect those pieces. But I mean, you know, it's an upgrade worth getting at some point, as they all are. So yeah, you know, staying outside of the circle for as long as you can is probably good. But you do have to dip in and out to get to the core. Looks like I can get fairly close to it, but that was close. And you can see that it's not going down that quickly either. Do a little damage to it, but not enough. You can see that it's got a lot of health. That only did like 15-ish% of its max health. And 10 seconds should be good for a little bit of those. Okay. Ooh, look at that. 3 seconds this time. Plenty. Alright. I have enough to do some damage. That's for the drone stuff. That's for that. Yeah, that would be good, but I think just flat damage is good. And more cargo space. Should probably do a little bit of farming. Actually, I will do that down here. Do that for maybe 1 or 2, and then head back to the core. As long as I can get the extra damage, it should be in a good place. This cargo feels so large now. It's taking so long to fill up. I've got lots of fuel left, so keep going for a little bit. There we go. That's about right. Now it's 44,500. That should give me at least the damage. And what else? That's 30, that's 32. Okay, well, I will do that. And another drone. This one then also has your lightning chain and extra 2 bounces. That's what, 30k? So that's, I mean, that's good because as you're getting close to that core, all of the stuff that's within range will be brown in that case, or the red that filled it back up. So it's a good idea. This will be good. And of course that last one is probably needed, but we'll see. I'll head back there and see how it goes. That last attack rate 1 will be nice too. I don't think I grabbed it. And that will one-shot you. I have tested that. Will it be enough? You can see how little damage it's taking. Oh, and that was close. And I have 20 fuel. It's going to be close. Okay, well, I'm not going to make it back, so I'm just going to stay here, get some more of these, get my 30%, but also get the core. All right. The sacrifice was worth it, presumably. All right, so actually it says I have 3 cores, so oops. I could have bought this already. Again, I do believe I had this before the laser, so the laser shooting you still did that. Now this, I'm not sure, I didn't get this far, but it says launch direction 3 o'clock, so 3 o'clock is to the right, but 3 o'clock launch direction, I don't know if that means you're getting extra lasers coming out at like a, that would be a 45-degree, angle off to the side. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. Our last spot here is our gold and core blocks are now worth more resources. So that's good, but also gold is not that common, so it's not like amazing. But you can also see that our next core is now in the same direction and even further away. So we can start, heading over there at least. Again, actually, if I look, so is that number cumulative? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's going up by some number, and I think these are going up by more. It does seem like that, but it's kind of hard to tell. But it would make sense too. I mean, if it takes more to destroy it, then it should be worth more. A lot of incremental games don't do that. Okay, 20 seconds is probably good to start heading back. Oh yeah, more direct route now because it's getting closer. I'll probably have like 3 seconds, maybe 4 when I get there. And there we go. Alright, another 40k. And yeah, I guess at this point, I'm not going to get anywhere close to that for a while, so I might as well get rid of this. And if you get rid of this entire wedge, then again, this part here, this multiplier will go from, 30% up to 100%, which will make this times 2. And then once we get this one, it can get up to times 2.5. So we'll see how those eventually go. I didn't get enough for that. Yeah, I do like this one. Every time the speed is increased, it feels good. So I'll just head actually over here, do a little bit of farming. This recording has been a little less than an hour, so I'm going to try and see if I can get to that next core or close to it. Well, I'll try and get to it. I don't know how long that'll take. Because when I played earlier today, I just basically got to the point that core, and then I reset it for the video. So we'll see how it goes. Also didn't die as much so earlier, so we'll see how this goes. Well, at least I had lots of time to fill that. Another 40k. What do we got? More damage is good, but I can't do it yet. I mean, those are more damage, but indirectly, that should not do anything really yet. That is good. Well, there's still, yeah, I guess I'm still hitting gold ones. Down here we have range expand. So that is, yeah, it is the same icon. Okay, so yeah, then just your hits will go further. So I'm thinking the magnet will be here or here. Well, we'll see. Oh yeah, you can still feel that interval decrease. The rate of fire went up. Feels good. I assume you'll get an upgrade in fairly near future where it hits 3 blocks at once instead of 2. But I mean, the drones are also doing work now, so that's good. Nearly there. All right. Yeah, I don't think this exit spot ever moves. So I mean, eventually you have to be getting some kind of like right click to boost mechanic. So yeah, gold value, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'd like to do that one. soon, but also I guess if I'm farming, there's no point. Because the spring blocks are not, they're all dying in one hit. The chain lightning versions are all dying in one hit. The adjacent, taking damage is all dying in one hit, so increasing damage at this point is not going to do anything for me unless I start heading back towards that next core. Which I'll probably do shortly. There we go. I think I missed a gold one there actually because I filled up just before it. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that part of the design, but it's not too punishing. Alright, so we have almost enough for that. We'll take that. That's actually going to do a lot more than this does. Down here we have resource boost. Okay, so that's the same thing as this one, except it's for resources. So both of those will not be worth much yet. That's probably worth getting soon, but I'll take the extra drone first. Now we have 3 drones. Are they? Oh yeah, so the 2 are actually further back. Didn't seem like they were earlier, but the one probably was. Ah, there we go. So that is, oh, you can see that, yeah, the health on those increased significantly, so I'm going to try and get the edge. A little bit on the edge. I should probably cut a path through the center before I fill up on... Oh, okay, late. Wasted a little bit there. Alright, 46k. We can get... that's interesting. That's probably the best idea to go for next. Though I do have 3 drones now. So let's see how fast they're firing. And yeah, I'll continue taking out the rest of spring. I think that's just a good idea to get that multiplier up. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. Many beams going off now. Much destruction. Yeah, I assume the drone's range is based on yours because there was no upgrade to it. Which means that extra range is actually going to feel a little better. Nearly full. There we go. Yeah, and that wedge area is quite large. So we're at like, what, 40% of it or something like that? Let's check. 40%. That was enough for that, but I think this is better. And then I'm not sure what'll be down here, but we'll check those soon. Actually, I guess just continuing along this edge is probably a good idea. Don't want to get too far down and get wasted. There we go. That worked out pretty good. Alright, probably should start heading to that core, but it's so far away in the summer area there. I think we need a lot more upgrades to really get close. Especially fuel, because that's just, based on distance. Alright, I think this is better. But, oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. So that, actually, even without this, is good, because the lightning ones that are getting destroyed, that will benefit from right away. So I'm going to go for that next. Definitely clearing out the areas pretty quickly with this combination. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about the crit. Didn't quite fill up there, but the crit chain lightning is also, I assume, critting. And then some of those chain lightnings are hitting the lightning blocks, so doing even more. I think that's what some of those like really large areas opening up were. I got just enough. And this one will be drone laser pierces. Oh, that's nice. Down here we have, oh, an extra barrier. I don't really care about that. So I'll start heading back, see what we get on the way. I think that drone piercing is actually going to end up doing some really good work. Not going to try and rush quite to that yet. And yeah, the damage increased enough that these summer blocks are still, noticeably slower. But they are better than they were, and I have to go back to watching my fuel. I think 20 is about good. So I'll start there. That was about 23. Oh, and I'm full, so could have left a little earlier. Trajectory looks pretty good. Might be a little low. Oh, actually, maybe a little high. Yeah, 20 seconds was roughly where we wanted to leave. That's another 73, so I'll just finish that off because we're now in that area again. And yeah, that's probably a good idea. These two, I guess I can start taking now because we've destroyed at least a bunch of summer. Yeah, I'm really curious if their design ended up being you have to clear out like large parts of those sections to like, progress reasonably quick near the end. Definitely will not be able to get to that information within the time of this video. I imagine the game will end up being somewhere around, 4 to 6 hours. We have a beam or a bar on this one again, which is probably going to have a beam showing up very soon. Yeah. Oh, and I was not paying attention to my time, so I'm not going to make it back in time. I'm just going to farm as much as I can in a random-ish direction. But yeah, small incremental games. Oh, and I'm full, so there's no point doing that mining. Excuse me. Small. Jesus. I'm gonna mute that stuff out. Small incremental games often are between, well, some are as low as like 2.5 hours, which I'm not a fan of, but I don't know, 4 to 6 hours I think is actually a pretty good amount. Can't get that one yet. But I mean, these are games that, also cost about, $3 to, $5, $6. Which I think is fairly reasonable. And again, I've been a little obsessed the last 6 months or so, so I have gotten very, very many. Probably, 2, 3 dozen. Right, watching the timer this time. See how close we can get to it here. Yeah, that beam definitely showed up before. Okay, well actually I'm not going to have enough time. I think I am probably going to need a fuel upgrade to be able to take out that core. Well, unless I do what I've done the last few times and just blow up. The biggest reason, I mean, I'm doing that in part because, it's nice to see in the video, but it's very, it's inefficient. You're not really gaining much from destroying the core because that's based on the tree over here, which is very slow. And again, I haven't, as far as I know, I haven't even taken advantage of that. We'll see after that core what that is. That goes a little further, which is fine, and that's the only one I can afford anyways. Sure. So what am I at? 80k? Yeah, and then that'll be 200, yeah. Which looks like that one also is what leads to the next section. So I'd like to make sure I get 40k 2 times in a row. Look at them go. Yeah, I could probably save about a second if I didn't go along the wall and got here directly. It's hard to say though. Well, I did get to the core right away. Yeah, that's close. Again, if I had decided to blow up, I could have made that. I'd like to hit 80k. Oh, I can't. Ran out of the good nodes. Well, maybe I have 2.4k left from before. So I'd like to spend a point now. Yeah, that was kind of pretty close. Again, 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, I had enough. So, resource increase is good, even though it's not going to be that big. I think this is going to be amazing. So let's get that. Oh, and I was wrong. I thought I'd move on to the next section. Oh, I wonder if the next section is just going to go over here. Which would mean this one would have to go to the left. But yeah, that's, yeah, called it. 3 blocks at once for 200k. Which, that's probably worth getting first. So is that. So we'll see. Might get that core fairly soon. Oh yeah. Hard to see because it's shooting out so quickly, but there's a little bit of that piercing going on there. That's nice. Alright, so I should be able to get it this time. Maybe. Not gonna do it. I don't want to lose out on all that. Although, I may have left a little too late. And I got my 80k, so I'm guaranteed an upgrade if I don't blow up. I want my boost. Where's my right-click boost? There's no way that's not a thing. Oh, right down to 1 second that time. Yeah, like the core after the one we're doing, this one, you'd need what? If it was giving you 10 seconds per upgrade for fuel next, maybe that would work. I do want the range. Oh, well, that will help better. Oh, okay. 60% on empty. Maybe that just gets up to 90, and then you just don't worry about going back ever. And yeah, there we go. That's what's leading to the next section. I think I want that. All right, this one. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get that 60% thing, and then I'll just die for the core. I realized too with that piercing on the drones going through the spring area is probably gonna feel real good. Get in time before. Oh, you know, I didn't realize that. Well, I just did now. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I stayed in the circle because I figured if the core blew up, you'd stop. The bar that's on your thing that would blow you up would stop, which it did. So luckily that. However, I need like another 2 seconds to get back here. So, oh, maybe not. It's gonna be close. Oh, 1 second. Maybe in half a second I would have done it. And I don't have 80k, so I can't do that. But yeah, we're at 10% on summer, so that multiplier's doing some work. It's definitely worth it. I think now there's no chance of getting to that next core, so I am just going to clear out a bunch more of spring, and then I will show the thing that I forgot to show just before this, and I'll end the video. Paying attention, I'm already full. Yeah, so 62k for filling up on that. Definitely less than the summer stuff. Alright, so what I meant to show is up here we got this. So this, launch direction. We take that, we'll see what that is in a sec, and then this is, oh, there we go. Oh, well that's just you stay in the circle less time. That's so a non-upgrade. Like that's super disappointing. Get 2 more cores just to get that. Save yourself a second and a half each time. Yeah, that's what I wanted. The last thing here was overheat. Oh, so that's what was happening. When you're within the range of that core, you're overheating. So if it gets full, you blow up. So at least that means you can stay in there longer. Oh, and it launched today, so I'm thinking there's going to be an update soon. Maybe it already happened, I don't know. But yeah, I have no idea what that says. But there's now, I can't zoom in now. What's this do? Wait, can I get back to that? If I go to here, will it give me the option? No. I'm curious if that meant there was a second world. Oh, it is here, okay. Oh, it's a launch point, never mind. Okay, so there we go. Instead of getting a super boost in speed, you're just closer. So yeah, that makes this one much more reasonable. Especially considering I got the super mining going on. Oh, I guess I can show one more core in this video. Will I get it on the first try, though? Did I get the last one overpowered enough? Ooh, that's not going to do it. I think it really wants me to get that upgrade first. But maybe. Oh, no, that's going to do it. And the beam does not fire even though it stays there. Alright, I'm not even paying attention. Where's my... I had lots of fuel. Okay, wow. Yeah. That is not what I was expected. So yeah, that put me, right there. Okay. So that'll put that in range easily enough. This one in range, that one in range. This one may, when you get to that point, it might put the thing down there too. So we'll see that. Well, not in this video, because I will end it basically here. But yeah, that's cool. So thanks for watching. The name of the game is Orbitmine. It just came out today, so that translation error will probably be fixed very quickly. And there's a demo available, so check it out. Good stuff, and yeah, have a good day.